There is Christian Vittoris and Timo Scheider, and the gap has, visibly come down, hasn't it?
I mean, it's been coming down and down and down since they went onto the option tyre, but Scheider has driven his best race of the season without question here. He's reminding people why he's a double champion. And where do you find the next Audi? You've got to go down to 9th and Mike Rockenfeller. And here is Scheider, who's run at the front, chasing the Mercedes all day. He's never had quite the pace, but on racecraft and perhaps on a bit of guile, he's there at the end and he's still doing his best to gain one more spot. And he's just done the best middle sector of anybody. He's taken 3/10 out in the middle sector alone.
Well, right at the close of this race, Scheider, of course, has got the benefit of DRS, hasn't he? He's going to be able to be on Vittoris here, and is it going to change? Well, what are we down to? Last minute and a half or so. Here comes Timo Scheider then. Christian Vittoris takes a very middle line down the home straight here. He has to defend the inside, then dives to the outside, which is the drying line. And Scheider gets a little bit closer.
I still think there's time for this lap and one more, so we will do the 52 laps. It's just going to converge time and laps, I predict, and therefore Scheider has got time and opportunity left in which to have a go at this. So the battle is for second place. Vittoris versus Scheider. It's going to be another winless race for Audi, seemingly. That second place would at least be a good consolation prize.
Great replay of the DRS being deployed there to enable Scheider to get right on to the back of Christian Vittoris. Whilst all this is going on, Pascal Wehrlein having a very comfortable time out front, 14.6 his margin. And here comes Scheider once again on Christian Vittoris. Vittoris protecting the inside line, dives to the outside to get the right line through the corner now. And Scheider is right with him, but at the moment just can't find a way past the Mercedes ahead.
But perhaps he doesn't need to try here because he wants to be close enough back into that DRS zone, doesn't he? And as long as he can stay on the tail and be close enough, then it should all add up for him round about now. Down goes the wing, DRS is enabled, and Timo Scheider for Audi comes up the inside. Is he going to be able to do it? No, he can't quite do it there on the inside. Vittoris defends, going on to the last lap for all he is worth. Scheider has got the run in a straight line, but he's on the outside. His nose is in front, but he's going to have to brake earlier. Can he go all the way around the outside? No, and he's going to lose too much time there. That may well have torn it. Vittoris now, I think, is safe.
Do you know what? That was brilliant driving from Christian Vittoris along that start-finish straight. He knew exactly where to put that car to be able to just defend. As we were looking at the Wittmann family in the garage there, there is Marco Wittmann then heading towards the DTM Championship. He's got another lap to complete.
And while we get excited about Wittmann and the championship, Pascal Wehrlein is set for his first victory as well, so don't take anything away from Wehrlein. Who would have predicted, though, the pace of the Mercedes in this race? Because 4 of the top 5 are 3-pointed stars. What a drive by Timo Scheider, who has worked so hard to stay up there with Christian Vittoris. Yes, he lost out in that first sector, but he's doing his best to fight back as up towards the line comes Pascal Wehrlein.
And Pascal Wehrlein takes the win. He takes the win here at the Lausitzring. What a phenomenal race for Pascal Wehrlein. He has not put, barring one small error, a foot wrong.
And then for second place, they're going to be nose to tail across the timing line. It is Vittoris ahead of Scheider. Daniel Juncker is going to be 4th. 5th should be Robert Wickens. And this man is heading for a championship.
Marco Wittmann, who has had an outstanding season in 2014 in this Icewatch BMW. Well, he may only be driving towards 6th place here at the Lausitzring, but in every single race ahead and behind, he has done everything he needed to do. As he heads towards the line, he becomes the 2014 DTM champion. Marco Wittmann, what a star you are!
He's the 5th driver to have won the title in a BMW, and isn't it fitting in the 30th year of DTM's existence that it's a BMW that wins in 2014. It was a BMW 635 CSI that won in the first year of the DTM back in 1984 in the hands of Volker Strycek. So if you believe in karma or something along those lines, it kind of fits. But in a very significant year in the history of the DTM, the history now is bookended by BMW champions, and how the category has moved on from the Group A Plus days of 1984 to these purpose-built race cars that you have in DTM now, these 4-litre V8s, and Marco Wittmann is absolutely elated. So no doubt is Jens Marquardt down in the pit lane.
Yes, here's a very, very happy Jens Marquardt hugging the parents of Marco Wittmann. Obviously a very, very emotional moment. Jens Marquardt, just quickly, congratulations. You did such a phenomenal job. Marco Wittmann is a DTM champ 2014. How happy could you be?
Well, I didn't do a job. They did a job. Marco did a job. The team, everybody. Fantastic, fantastic. Tough race today. Really hot out there. A lot to talk about afterwards, but in the end, it doesn't count. We won the championship. Marco won the championship, and this is fantastic.
Phenomenal. Go celebrate. Congratulations. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Verena, for being straight in there and getting hold of Jens Marquardt, who, as always, whatever, it always tells it the way it is. And Jens Marquardt, of course, absolutely delighted, but the very first to say, I didn't do it. It was the team and it was the driver.
Delighted Mercedes personnel as well. Wolfgang Schattling, who is in charge of the DTM project for many, many years, the PR supremo for Mercedes-Benz Motorsport, but now the man given the task of running the DTM project, and will be very happy indeed. And Angelika Wittmann, Marco's mum, is a very happy lady indeed, Verena.
Oh, she certainly is. Here she is, the mother of Marco. Sind Sie stolz auf Ihren Sohn? Was geht in Ihnen gerade vor?
Total stolz. Ich kann es gar nicht in Worte aussprechen. Also wir sind alle happy.
So his mother said she's very, very proud, absolutely happy, obviously. And did you think that he could make it today? Haben Sie damit gerechnet, dass er es heute schafft?
Wir haben es gehofft, es war schwer durch das Regen noch. Also wir waren ein wenig so im Zwiespalt, aber umso besser ist es jetzt.
Absolut, herzlichen Glückwunsch. Obviously, she said they were hoping he would make it today, but they weren't quite sure. But he did. He is the new champ 2014, Marco Wittmann. What a job he did. Back to you.
Thank you, Verena, proving she's not only a great presenter, but jolly good translator as well, if I may say. There, the champion dives to the top of the car. Of course, Pascal Wehrlein winning the race. Christian Vittoris P2, Timo Scheider P3, but taking the championship for 2014, it is Marco Wittmann.
And all of his engineers have just sprinted up the pit lane, but also heading in that direction are the Mercedes personnel, because they have a race win to celebrate, a 1-2 indeed, a 1-2-4-5 to celebrate. So as Marco Wittmann is delighted with his championship, so there are other good news stories through the pit lane, and Pascal Wehrlein's first win is one of them. Mustn't overlook that, and it's tempting to focus on Marco Wittmann, but Pascal Wehrlein has driven an absolutely brilliant race. He was brought at the 11th hour into the DTM last season, but Marco Wittmann last season celebrated 8th as his best finish, and within 12 months he celebrates 4 wins this season, and now the championship title as well.
Absolutely extraordinary performance from Marco Wittmann this season, and you're absolutely right. As we see him in replay, crossing the line to become champion 2014 here at the Lausitzring. And let's hear from him now. Marco Wittmann, you are the champion.
Yes, here he is, the new champion, Marco Wittmann, obviously just hugging his mother. Such an emotional moment. Tears flowing. Obviously, I don't want to interrupt there right now. But here he is, the new DTM champ 2014. Marco, just quickly, how happy could you be?
Amazing, amazing feelings. It was a tough race, very, very difficult. I tried to stay out of contact with everybody, but yeah, just amazing. So many emotions. Finally we did it, and it's just great.
This really was your masterpiece today.
Yeah, for sure. It was great.
Congratulations, go celebrate. Shaking all over. Back to you guys.
Verena, well done for getting him so very quickly. Our DTM champion for 2014, who has tears in his eyes. And I have to say something he said there, which you and I said. He did drive with his head today, didn't he? He didn't get involved in unnecessary conflict, which he could have done on the track, and he just nailed it and brought it home.
We also said over the course of the season how the DTM is changing. Some of the old guard perhaps being outpaced a bit by the young guns. The new generation of DTM driver, Marco Wittmann, has a long future ahead of him, not only in the DTM but perhaps with BMW as well, bearing in mind it has its GT project as well, and you can imagine him being on the books at BMW for many years to come. The championship is one story, the race result is another.
Pascal Wehrlein takes that win with Christian Vitoris P2 and Timo Scheider P3 with Junkadella, Wickens, then Wittmann, Farfus, Tomczyk, Molina, Rockefeller, Joey Hand and Vitaly Petrov rounding out the first page.
Gary Paffett 13th ahead of Maxime Martin and the troubled Bruno Spengler and Edo Mortara. The rest retirements with damage or mechanical woe.